Oke guys, kembali lagi di channel saya ya, di channel Arnold Octavian ya. Nah, pada video kali ini apa namanya kita akan melanjutkan bermain game yang judulnya Republik ya, Republik. Jadi di di video sebelumnya yang episode 1 saya sepertinya salah pelafalannya. Pelafalannya itu bukan Republik, tapi setelah saya cek di Google Translate semestinya pelafalannya Republik ya. Jadi sekarang saya akan lanjutkan bermain game yang judulnya Republik ini ya. Republik ya. Oke. Uh, saya akan lanjutkan episode 2-nya ya. Jadi saya akan lanjutkan episode 2-nya. Oke. Sebentar. Saya akan taruh recorder dulu sebentar, menyesuaikan recordernya ya, karena saya rekam nih. Itu susah amat ya. Taruh di mana ya recordernya? Di sini lah nggak apa. Oke. Oke, kita langsung saja. Kita lanjutkan episode 2 ya. Oke, kita lanjutkan episode 2. Kita select save game yang ini. Oke. Episode 2 kita pilih. Oke. Oke.
Billet as a prudent. That section of a Plical.
Some doors in Metamorphosis require voice recognition data to open.
Welcome to my domain. Care to purchase new abilities? Free email exchanges.
Nanti aja deh. Oke, sebaiknya nanti aja deh.
Come back anytime.
Hello, it's Cooper. Good job getting the girl out of immediate danger. You seem to have a solid handle on things. With the arrival approaching, we're being watched more closely than ever, and so I have to pretend to work. However, I'm installing a help desk in your OmniView display. Select the help desk icon if you need my expertise along the way. Good luck tonight. No doubt, the girl would be doomed without you.
Thanks for getting me out of there. I don't know what that Berserk's intentions were, but I'm glad we didn't stick around to find out. The library's just through these doors. The librarian will help us. He'll show us a way out of here.
Signor Octavo joins Metamorphosis. Librarian is now preeminent manifesto scholar. I met the librarian this morning. He's a sweet man, with his heart sewn directly onto his adorable little lapel. And I do so admire his passion for literature. In a former life, I would swoon over a well-read man. But I hope for his sake, he learns to bury that part of himself. In here, following your passion is the shortest road to recalibration.
Y390H. I see you're admiring our latest installation.
Why do you keep these books away from us? I can handle them.
Maybe you're right. However, there are others in your class who are not as strong as you. And books like those can make them sick. Would it be fair to let you read them, but keep them from your friends?
That doesn't sound fair.
Well then, so are you saying you would prefer that they read them too? Will you have their illness on your conscience?
I don't want that either.
Of course not. I am not a filter for your ideas, child. I am your shield. There is so much ugliness in this world. Let me stand in the way of it. Let me stare it down. Your eyes are too pretty to witness such things.
I appreciate the compliment, Headmaster.
"390H. You must hurry along now. The rest of your class is already inside.
Why does he hold those books away from us, Senor Octavo?
It is the headmaster's belief that those books sully the minds of precals and should therefore be removed from our curriculum.
But that isn't what you believe, is it?
Books like these do not paint a rosy picture of the world, but they are not meant to. They are not paintings of the world we want. They are mirrors, reflecting the world we have.
This may come in handy. The library. It feels so quiet after hours. It used to be filled with books. The librarian's glasses. His office is up there, 3rd floor. We should go to him now.
Clear.
Make a wish. But don't tell me what it is, or it won't come true.
I wish the headmaster was dead.
Weep. Don't talk like that.
Zager said that someday the truth will rain down on this place and wash away all of the headmaster's lies.
I've never seen the rain before.
Sager wasn't talking about the rain. He was talking about the truth.
I don't care about the truth. I just want to know what rain feels like.
Zager's silence deafening. The notorious terrorist is quiet, scheming. The arrival is just weeks away, and public enemy number 1 has gone radio silent. If the headmaster, or overseer, or whatever name he goes by these days, plans to take a bow on the world stage, he can't have a phantom hiding in the wings ready to sabotage his big production. I shouldn't complain. It's going to be one hell of a show.
No sign of the girl.
Gimana ya caranya? Gue lupa. Oh, langsung aja. Ya, langsung aja.
Let's go for the steal.
Place is quiet.
It seems this door requires Omni Level 2. You can upgrade your OmniView software at a demon server. I'm detecting a demon server near the Overseer's office. The nearest approach is from the museum.
The librarian's office door. He's just upstairs from here.
It's the right thing to do. Librarian okay's decision to protect precals from literary rot.
The librarian's portrait has been taken down. I hope this is only a symbolic gesture.
Can you get us inside?
Ada dia.
False prophet infiltrates metamorphosis. Masquerading as Prizrak, man brings toxic agenda to our perfect garden. The man's name is Zager, I believe. Daniel Marcus Zager. Apparently he was some kind of journalist on the outside. If the overseer was smart, he'd label this as an act of supreme jealousy. After all, ours is a nation so wonderful that people risk death to sneak inside. Maybe we should take the initiative and lead with this angle.
To get into the headmaster's office upstairs, we will need his PIN code. I don't have it in my files, but we can recover it. We'll need to answer some security questions first.
Ngeri juga ya. Mana ya?
Clear.
Holy shit, dia mau kesini. Dia mau kesini. Gue mesti ngumpet dulu gitu.
This hiding place looks good. I hope they can't see me here.
What do you got? NTR. I've got my post secure.
I've been this way before. We're getting closer to the headmaster's office.
Why, librarian, you look like you've seen a ghost.
I see many ghosts on these walls. Why would you take pictures with monsters, and worse, display them proudly?
I have sat for pictures with many important people, even people I find disagreeable.
I suspect you mean me. How could you stand beside this man here?
Not a fan of the Generalissimo, are we?
I crossed an ocean to escape Franco's brutality, only to find his brand of fascism had been imported to Argentina.
Well, I can't speak to that, but I will say I found our meeting quite pleasant. He was an excellent conversationalist, and his taste in wine impeccable.
Nothing.
You have just found a new battery for the girl's phone. Some OmniView abilities require battery power, and will not work when the girl's phone is not well charged. You will probably find more batteries lying around this facility. You may also recharge the phone at a demon server or inside confinement rooms.
What's yours is mine. The Sager cassette. All right. Good thinking.
Ini salah.
That's more than I can carry.
I believe these 7 statues comprise some kind of puzzle. Perhaps you can activate them in a particular order. The statue of Plato appears to be activated already. Given the Overseer's penchant for hubris, I would bet his statue is the final one that requires activating.
His detractors would call him an opportunist, and they would be right. But Yataro Iwasaki was given nothing less than the modest opportunity to bring an entire nation into the modern age, and he succeeded. The nerve of him. A personal favorite. For those who would criticize him for his monopolistic tendencies in the early 20th century, I say, shout it from the rooftops, or, barring that, hop online and voice your disdain in a chat forum. He would appreciate the irony. Plato's keen eyes peered further into the future than any of his Grecian contemporaries. He was and will remain the most vocal supporter of the classic Republic and its earliest. We owe a debt of gratitude to those giants whose shoulders we've stood upon. The earlier they lived, the larger their stature, and so the greater our debt. While the 20s roared in America, they screamed like a Siberian windstorm in Vladimir's hometown of Simbirsk. Controversial man of the people, he was surely. And the fact that he spent time in political exile makes him that much more admirable, in my estimation.
Arming taser. Close.
The father of Europe was besieged from all sides by pagan tyranny. And then in the year 800, he did a most remarkable thing. He held the hands of secularism and religion and married them together in what would later be called the Renaissance. It is difficult to write a story as it unfolds, but to wait until it's finished is to risk butchering the telling of it. I would rather strain the wrists of those taking my dictation than cause even a modicum of butchery. Her death in 1952 was a tragedy, not just for the Argentine shirtless who idolized her, but for the anti-Peronists who celebrated her demise. Christ had a similarly divided populace to contend with, and like Eva, succumbed to sacrifice at the age of 33.
Statue lit up. I think we did something right. That worked. Let's try the next one. A new statue lit up. That worked. Let's try the next one. The statue lit up. I think we did something right. You've solved it. You're a natural at puzzles. Look, it's another pyramid like the one near the headmaster's dining room. One of the Prisrex tasers. Can you hack this open? The headmaster's office. I remember being here as a young girl. At least I think I was. Someone's coming. What do I do?
Qualified disaster. And on the eve of the arrival, no less.
Everything is fine, sir.
Fine. You were assaulted by a Prizrak. And you let altered copies of the manifesto reach the
I
children.
have the situation under control.
I'm beginning to think your definition of control is different than mine. They don't respect you because you don't wear the uniform. It's a weakness. It puts you at risk. This is an historic night for us. There can be no room for error.
I understand.
Then you understand why Derringer will lead the arrival.
What?
I'm sorry, my dear. We all appreciate the fine work you do with the kids. But you lost sight of what's most important. Protecting me.
So, I can lead the arrival.
Murray, you speak the language of diplomacy. Derringer speaks the truth. Truth hurts. This isn't a dismissal. Derringer will still need your help when we get reset.
Yes, sir. The mentor is an asset to our cause. I look forward to hearing her ideas going forward.
Watch your step.
She's weak. I hope that's all it is. Where was Murray when the Prizrak attacked her?
The section, outside the library. I'll look into it.
It's hard to know who to trust these days. It seems we're running a loyalty deficit around here. I don't mean you, Quinn, of course. I know I can trust you. Wait. I never forgot this before. Must be old age.
No chance, sir. You just got a lot on your mind tonight.
Quite so. Come, young man, let's get to the surface.
You just acquired a fingerprint from that glass. Normally, the overseer wouldn't be so careless as to leave a usable print. But recently, in celebration of Zager's capture, the big man poured himself a stiff drink, and for a moment, let his guard down. Those pristine white gloves came off, and he was one of us for a day.
Dormmaster faces swift reprimand. Mireille Prideaux found with contraband. Overseer, none of us are above the law.
Gentlemen, I wish to resign. This is grossly inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
You are burning books. I have seen it with my own eyes. The books I procured for you.
Each book has been scanned into our servers and is now part of our digital catalog. You're merely hung up on nostalgia.
You are erasing history.
These books are my property now. I can do with them as I please.
No. I cannot be a party to this. I wish to leave immediately.
First you want to resign, now you want to leave?
I assume the implication was apparent.
You're not going anywhere.
You cannot keep me here against my will.
In fact, I can. You, like the books, are now property of the state. You will continue to fulfill your obligations to the pre-cals until I decide what to do with you.
I have a few suggestions, sir.
Librarian, may I come in?
Ah, headmaster, welcome. Ay, Dios mío, who is this fierce creature?
It's an Ainu from the amber trunks of Japanese spindle trees. I want you to have this one. Modest housewarming gift, nothing more.
Well, muchas gracias, señor. It's a handsome piece. I shall place it here on this shelf.
No. Lend it a bit more prominence. It's meant to be set out in the open.
Ah,
This way it can bring you luck.
well, it's...
The eyes. Yes. They are a touch piercing. But that's the idea, you see. The owl is ever watchful. He will protect you day and night.
Ah, yes, well, it's truly, how can I...
Oh, you're welcome.
You now have what you need to access the librarian's office. I know the girl is anxious to find him.
It's locked. You found me a good spot.
Clear.
He's just up these stairs. Librarian! Librarian! Senor Octavo? Librarian! Oh no! This isn't real. You're making it up. Stop it. Stop it. It's okay.
Who's that? Senor Octavo.
I shouldn't watch this.
The girl activated a video that appears to have been recorded only moments ago. I presume it relates to the dead librarian. It's important that we determine what happened. However, she's not accustomed to witnessing violence. It's difficult to anticipate how it will affect her.
Senor Octavo. Just the man I want to see.
Hello, Derringer. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Good book.
It is a classic.
Not just a classic. I mean, it's actually good.
How can I help you?
Why does this guy, Edmond Dantes?
Dante.
Dante, right. Why does this guy tell Maximilian that his girl is dead?
For revenge.
No, Maximilian's his friend.
Yes, you are. You're right, of course.
Damn it, man. You have read this, haven't you?
Of course, yes. I meant, it has been a while.
Why does Dantes put his friend through so much misery?
I think the point is to teach a lesson. You cannot know happiness unless you have been exposed to tragedy.
Can't know hope without despair.
I believe that is it, yes.
Kind of like the pre-cows. They don't know up from down, good from bad. They got no perspective because they don't have a clue about the outside. Or do they?
This is an intriguing intellectual exercise, Derringer, but it is late and
Why'd you give the kids the Poison Manifesto?
I did not.
What do you do in that hidden room downstairs?
What room?
Think we can't hear that god-awful music bleeding through the walls?
I just read and...
Reading Sega's trash!
I have seen it, yes, but I would never act on it.
Spying against us.
No.
You were planning to help the children escape.
No, Derringer,
I can't watch this anymore.
I don't know if I agree with your decision to show the girl that horrifying video. Still, maybe it's best she knows the whole truth.
I'll hold on to this.
No sign of the girl.
We're gonna get in trouble, Weep.
No, we're not. He would never turn us over to Mireille.
He might if he caught us smoking his cigarettes.
Don't drag on it so long.
How do you know about this stuff?
I read a book.
One of Senor Octavo's books?
No, it was the manifesto. He has a whole chapter dedicated to smoking.
You're making fun of me.
What the hell's up with that bird?
I found a cassette. I don't have room for anything else. Dear Senor Octavo, thank you so very much for giving me a copy of Labyrinths by Borgia. Each of the stories was fascinating. I especially enjoyed the one called The Library of Babel. It made me think of you, surrounded by all those books, overwhelmed with the infinite number of ideas they contain, and left wondering which books contain the truth and which are false. Is it true you knew Borgia and discussed literature with him? If so, I am positively envious. Thank you again for the stimulating read. Your friend, 390H. What's yours is mine.
Senor Octavo?
Un momento. Buenos días.
You Senor Octavo?
Sí, I am Luis Octavo, yes.
My name's Quinn Derringer. My employer contacted you.
Yes, of course. The mystery man who pays me twice what I ask. Did he receive the books yet?
He did. And he thanks you. He'd like to thank you personally.
Of course. Tell him to come in at any time.
He's not in Buenos Aires. Is your passport in order?
My passport. What is this about?
My employer has some more work for you.
Mystery man? What sort of work?
That's the mystery.
Well, where would I go? Oh, impossible. I cannot close my shop.
My employer thinks you can. He'll pay whatever you ask.
He doesn't even know my price.
But he knows you have one. You got a number in your head, senor?
I do?
Good. Double it. Where's your passport at?
Oh, no. Wait a minute. How long will I be gone?
Just a few days. I promise.
Pasti gue harus ke bawah dulu sih sekarang. Aduh, ada iklan lagi nih. Geblek. Sorry guys, tadi ada iklan tuh. Nggak tahu suka ada iklan nggak jelas.
I'll check his pockets. This spot looks good.
Where's Rag? Checking.
I hope they can't see me here. Equipping taser.
It's quiet tonight.
Ada CVX di bawah, mati gua. Mati sih. Mati di kesini ya gue. Gawat. Oke, gini caranya gue harus gimana ya?
Clear. Situation is clear. Situation is clear. Situation is clear.
I'll take this.
Nothing. Very quiet night. Check in. Clear.
I hear music, do you?
Everything looks good. All's quiet here.
You almost got me. I'll hold on to this. I hear music. It's coming from behind this bookcase.
This is no mere piece of paper. It is an escape plan. A blueprint for a key. A master key. Capable of unlocking any number of doors inside this facility. But that is not all. In the garden, there is a gate to the outside world. A gate to freedom. This key, I am told, will unlock that gate.
What's yours is mine.
Check in.
A blueprint of the Overseer's master key. The librarian suggested this key is required to escape from the facility. I know of a 3D printer located in archives. With this blueprint, the girl can manufacture a key.
Everything looks good.
Good idea. My battery was running low.
No sign. Another quiet night.
I'll hold on to this. Taser. My pockets are full. What a strange looking machine. I wonder if this is what the blueprint's for. Is there a way to turn it back on? All right, now I think we need to configure the blueprint.
Mana ya? Nggak bisa ya. Mana ya, gue lupa. Duh, gimana ya? Nah, bentar lagi jadi nih kuncinya nih. Yoi.
We did it. This key's identical to the one the headmaster used in his office. Let's go there now.
The girl has the key. Let's get her to the surface. Head back to the overseer's office.
That's more than I can carry.
All's quiet here.
Gimana?
Good idea. My battery was getting low. Derringer and the headmaster went this way to the surface.
There's an elevator on the other side of the atrium. It's probably the girl's best chance for getting to the surface.
It's been a long time since I allowed someone to speak to me this way, librarian.
I will not shy away from telling you what I see. You are the dark ruler of this world, Overseer.
This isn't a world, yet.
Merely a small corner of it. And the darkness you perceive persists only because you refuse to open your eyes. Now, if you will excuse me, I must tend to more pressing matters in the terminus. You don't have access to this part of the complex, so I will bid you farewell. Unless... would you care to see what we've been working on?
Not in the least. It is unreal to me. If I cannot hold it in my hands and smell the history in its pages, it is not there. I don't know what you do, and I don't care. But I do know fascism when I see it. I am well versed in the struggles against it. And I know that you will ultimately fail, as all fascists have failed.
Watch your step.
I will not. You must know this. You're nearly as old as me, but still so naive in the ways of the world. Control is illusory, Overseer. Your network, whatever you call it, I call it a trap. It will not catch everyone. And the ones who slip through it will regroup and stand against you someday. You think because of your fancy computers and your expensive surveillance that you can succeed with those who rose to power in the 20th century failed? You are naive. Control is a lie.
Control is the linchpin of a safe society. We fall apart without it. Now, as you can't seem to control your own emotions, librarian, I'm confident you don't recognize a need for control in society. Good day, sir.
An elevator must lead to the way out. So many buttons. The ninth floor, the top, the surface. No. Why are we stopping? Can you do something here?
I've been looking for you.
No! No!
Down. Calm down, or I'll have to tase you.
Help! Help!
Oke guys, episode 2 akhirnya sudah selesai ya, guys.
Citizens of Metamorphosis. Words fail me tonight. I cannot rightfully describe the bleak, chasmal longing that echoes through my heart. Our beloved librarian, Senor Luis Octavo, has passed away. Derringer paid him a visit earlier this evening, hoping to discuss his exciting new role as cultural attaché. Instead, he found the Senor lying prone on his office floor, his heart failing. Ever valiant, Derringer sprang into action.
Ya, kok kayak gini?
Succumbed to the great unknown, cradled in Derringer's arms. But in a final act of appreciation, his words, I'm sorry. His last words, as he looked up at Derringer, were, "Thank you." As I'm sure has been reported, Senor Octavo and I did not always see eye to eye. Still, I made it a point to listen to his thoughtful and honest assessments of our fair Republique. He was especially critical of our prized surveillance infrastructure,
I regret that I wasn't ever able to persuade him of its importance. I learned at an early age to never speak ill of the dead. I must hold my tongue now. But I will say this, for it pains me too greatly to keep it to myself. Had our security been more robust, Luis Octavo would still be alive. A camera is an asset to our superior way of life. But what use is a camera without a good pair of eyes to monitor the feed? Had someone seen the librarian collapse, they could have reached him in time. I am confident the arrival will help improve security in the future, and thus assure us greater safety going forward. Thank you for listening. And good night, librarian. We mourn your loss, but we celebrate your life with an equal passion.
Oke guys, episode 2 udah kelar. Sekarang seperti biasanya saya akan lanjut ke episode 3 sedikit untuk save game saja, karena tadi di episode 2 saya belum save game. Saya akan save game di awal episode 3 saja ya. Jadi kita akan lanjut next episode 3, kita akan cari ruang save. Ruang save-nya deket sih, nggak jauh. Kita akan cari ruang save, udah sampai ruang save kita akan save game, dan habis itu kita udahan, kita akan lanjut di video berikutnya. Jadi kita langsung saja next episode. Oh ya, saya juga mau sebelum kita mulai episode 3 sedikit, saya juga mau kasih tahu itu tadi ada videonya kepotong dikit karena nggak tahu kenapa tadi itu rekamannya berhenti sendiri gitu, recordingnya berhenti sendiri. Jadi terpaksa pas tadi kreditnya masih berlangsung, saya buru-buru rekam lagi, jadi memang ada kepotong sedikit, sorry ya. Oke, sekarang kita lanjut saja episode 3 hanya untuk save game. Jadi saya akan cari ruang save terdekat, habis itu saya akan save game di episode 3, habis itu udahan kita akan lanjutkan episode 3 di video berikutnya. Oke, kita mulai saja episode 3.
We have to get out of here.
Good for him. He's
Marie's going to the surface. The outside world. Let's find a way to get up there.
Cooper here. That was quite a hairbreadth escape. I think it's fair to say the girl is on Derringer's radar now. To reach the surface, she'll need to use the service elevator. To use the service elevator, she'll need a keycard. I suggest she borrow one from one of the clueless desk jockeys downstairs. Setting a destination marker for the media offices. Good luck.
I'm not sure about that.
Ya, kok aneh sih.
Madame Prideaux, speaker, listener, warrior, mentor.
You say you were born in Marseille?
That is correct. That's so interesting because I used to take holidays with my family in Cassis. Where in Marseille?
In the south part, near the bay.
Oh, which bay?
I thought this was a puff piece, Miss said.
I didn't realize asking someone where they're from was a hardball question, Miss Prido.
Prido.
Well, you would know, I guess. Let's move on.
Shall we?
I found a cassette. What's yours is mine. Maria used a blue keycard to board that service elevator. If I'm to get to the surface tonight, I'll need to find a keycard like hers.
Reporting. What have you got?
Nah, ini dia ruang save-nya nih. Kita bisa save game di sini. Ya. Ini ada data broker terminal ya. Kita akan nge-save di data broker terminal ini dengan video tab. Ya. Oke, kita bentar. Bentar. Oke, kita langsung saja save game untuk mensudahi video kita kali ini. Ya. Oke guys, kita udahan ya. Kita lanjutkan di video berikutnya. Oke, sampai jumpa. Oke.